Hello there, Lunar Squadron, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be showcasing all of the customization items in Star Wars Jedi Survivor. That's right, all of the lightsaber parts, all of the blaster parts, all of the color schemes, all of Cal's outfits, BD-1 stuff, anything you can think of, we got it here. If you total up all of the components, the materials, the color schemes, the outfits, everything, the vent angles for the Crossguard, you add all of that up, you will get over 1,000 customization items in Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which is just absolutely insane. They really took customization to the next level from Fallen Order in Jedi Survivor, and they should be commended for that. Now, before we get into this video, if you're new to the channel, we would love to have you as always, and the way to do that is just go down below this video, hit that little subscribe button, the bell notification right on next to it. That'll notify you every single time that we upload the latest and greatest Star Wars and Jedi Survivor content. Now, without further ado, Andreas, why don't you go ahead and get us started?
All right, Nick, so let's just get started here with the blaster. I think we should start out with all of the different barrel items here. The blaster's got 3 separate components. First off, you can cycle through all the different barrels, and that's what you guys will be seeing right now. And we're going to cycle through them one at a time, all the 3 different components here. So many options for the blaster. And the barrels, they also come with attachments, right?
Yes, so you can actually toggle attachments. We chose not to do that because there are some cool surprises along the way that we think you guys should go discover for yourselves. For example, the DL-44, you can add the scope that is on it from Han Solo's blaster. So there's a lot of cool attachments. Each one is unique to each individual barrel. They're not something you can change. It just kind of slightly changes the barrel. So we just felt like it wasn't worth including in this. We thought that would be something that would be cool for you guys to all discover. But as you can see, when it comes to the blaster, you can change the barrel, you can change the body of it, and you can change the grip. So there's 3 separate components on the blaster that you can change, and you can mix and match each component from the various different full blaster sets, just like you can with the lightsabers. You can have all of Han's blaster, or you can have all of a different blaster, whatever you want to do. There are also various different color schemes. You can change the primary color, the secondary color, the accent color. You can change the color of the grip. You can change how the condition of the blaster is. You can make it pristine. You can make it well kept, worn, aged, ancient, and each of these color schemes for the blaster, there are 5 colors per scheme, and there's usually roughly 19 or 20. There's actually 24 different color schemes for the blaster, each with 5. And if you add that all up, you have over 100 different colors that you can mix and match and combine for the various different components for the blaster. So again, Andreas, so much customization, so many items just for the blaster.
Yeah, one of my favorite details here is actually for the grip. The different leathers are in universe, so you can have bantha leather on your grip, which is really cool. Now here we're going to be making our way to the different lightsaber components, beginning with the emitter. We're going to have all of the 19 different emitters cycled through. We're going to avoid just a few of the lightsaber components because they are a bit spoilery. We're going to talk about them all the way at the end, and we'll give you guys a verbal warning when you guys can or should click away if you do want to avoid some of those minor spoilers here. And then here we're looking at all of the different vents, just like the emitters. 19 different vents here. Feel free, guys, to stop and kind of scroll through the video and look at every single one of these because there's so many cool details. And this is one of the details that Nick was talking about earlier. You can change the freaking vent angle for the vents. Most games don't even let you equip vents. Here you can change the angles. That's just insane.
And not only can you change the angles, there are 19 different angles that you can choose from, which is just like, they went above and beyond. There was, on Twitter over the last few months, there were some of the Respawn devs who were involved with creating this customization system, and they really were harping on how robust they made it and how in-depth they made it. And I don't think we realized just how far they took this, because this is crazy to have this level of customization in a giant Star Wars game like this. This on its own, you can make this like a customization simulator if you want. There's just so much stuff to do, mix and match. You could literally spend hours in here customizing every single item for your Cal Kestis. It's insane. Now, like Andreas mentioned, we are going to be skipping about 3 components for each of the various components. There's 3 that we're going to leave at the very end just because we felt that they were more story spoiler in nature, and so we just felt it would be more respectful to leave them off at the end for those of you who want to see it, and for those of you who don't want to see them and find them on your own, then you are safe to watch through this video without any story spoilers. So as we continue here, you'll see that you'll have emitters, and they're slightly different. Components on the Shoto Saber are slightly different, but they're usually the same variant of that brand. So the assembly emitter, for example, on one end will look pretty similar to the one on the other end. It'll just be slightly different to match more of that Shoto Saber design. Now here we are looking at the 9 various saber colors that you'll have in this game at launch when you first get it. And then once you complete the game and start a new game plus, you can get a red saber and you can get a brand new party saber just as you go. It's like a disco saber for a grand total of 11 blade saber colors. And here we're looking at the various materials for the lightsaber. So again, you can change the primary, the secondary, the accent, the grip, the fabric on the hilt if you want, if you have that, the condition of it, again, pristine. You see here we're cycling through all the different color schemes. There are 24 per thing, per primary, secondary, accent, each with 5 colors. Again, if you add that all up, that's over 100 different colors that you can change on your lightsaber components. It's just insane.
And for all of you audiophiles out there, one of my favorite details here is that every single lightsaber color has a completely different sound font to them. So that's right. If you guys have ever purchased, those luxury lightsabers that have different sound fonts in them, and you like playing around with how lightsabers sound, you can kind of do that in this game. You can just change the color and then the sound will change accordingly, which is really, really cool. Love that touch. And then here, speaking of nice little touches, are the different photoreceptors for BD. And one thing that we love about this is each different photoreceptor comes with a new UI skin for the BD noculars. So when you're using BD noculars, depending on which photoreceptor you have equipped, you can see a different user interface, which is such a great touch. And then there's so many other different components for BD. You can cycle out his head here. You can cycle out, you'll see the audio sensors right now. And then you can also do the body and also BD's legs here. So there's so many different combinations. I think there's about 11 different components for each section of BD. And then you can extrapolate how many different BD combinations there are. There are easily over 100 different BD combinations in this game, which is so cool.
Yeah, because there are 55 total components just for BD-1, which, again, just crazy. Here, again, we're looking through the various materials. Now, the materials for BD are different than the materials you'll see for the blaster for their lightsaber. He has his own dedicated materials. There are 20 different categories, each featuring 5, so there's about 100 different color schemes for BD, and you can change the primary color, the secondary color, and the accent color for BD, so you can do it for all 3 of them, and you can change the condition of BD. There are 5. You can make him ancient if you want. You can have an ancient BD-1 if you so choose.
And here we've got all of the different cowl customization items here, starting with the hair. You can see there are some great hair options here. We've got the man bun. You love a good man bun on Cal. And then we've got the scrapper, choppy forward headband. That's what we call the Cobra Cal appearance. And then we have a few other great ones. One of our favorites was the longer hair, which we thought looked almost like Anakin. We kind of made like an Anakin look. And then here we have the different beard options. You can go anywhere from a short beard to a full beard to a goatee mustache. You got handlebars. You've got, a little Three Musketeers mustache here. So many different facial hair options here, 13 different in total. And then we've got all sorts of jacket combinations, right, Nick?
Yep, we have actually 22 total jackets, and each of them have either their own color scheme or they have different color schemes you can pick from, usually about 6 different color schemes per outfit. So if you add that all up, you're dealing with, again, over 100 different just jackets in the game, given all of the different color schemes that you can choose from. Now, in this video, given how long it would take us to get through both the color schemes of the jackets and all of the different outfits and the materials, we chose to just feature them on the screen and not cycle through each one because we would be here literally all day going through every single customization item. We just wanted to flash it there up on the screen so that you guys could see some of them and get a general idea of all of the customization items in Jedi Survivor, because we would be here for hours going through all of them. Here we are continuing through the various jackets of Jedi Survivor. There are so many great options to choose from. And one question we did get from a lot of people, as here we're looking at the Jedi robes, just wanted to point that out real quick because a lot of people were wondering if we had Jedi robes. You do have Jedi robes. You can get them on Jeddah. But another thing people were asking us about was whether you even have to wear a jacket in this game. The answer to that is no. You do not have to equip a jacket for Cal Kestis. You can choose to leave that toggled off.
You know, Nick, I'm surprised you didn't highlight the poncho that just went screaming on by here. We had a bright pink poncho, guys. It's confirmed here. Poncho is in the game, and you get so many different colors, not just the bright pink one, but also the OG poncho that we know from Fallen Order. Well, there were several different color options for the poncho, but the OG poncho that was in that game is in this game as well, which is great. So I'm sure Cam is very happy to know that there is a poncho in Jedi Survivor.
Yes, I'm sure he is, given how much he wanted that while he was on stage at Star Wars Celebration to see a poncho. And I just want to talk about how big of a step up Respawn took for the customization in Jedi Survivor from Fallen Order. If you guys remember back to Fallen Order, it was a pretty robust system for the time, but they have taken it to the next level here in Jedi Survivor. It is honestly insane. You guys are going to spend hours upon hours customizing just your Cal and your BD and your Saber and your blaster. That you're going to forget that you have a 20+ long hour story to complete. You're going to get lost in here.
I really found myself really struggling to pick color options. Like, I know you guys are probably thinking about all of the different, types of pants. You got 13 different pants here. But Nick and I were straight up in this menu shifting and toggling the colors back and forth like minor shades, trying to figure out which color pants match better with the color shirt. So like there's so many different options that like you really do get lost in it, like you were saying, Nick. Now here I kind of want to issue that verbal warning for everyone. Now that we've gone through all of the non-spoiler cosmetic items, there are a few minor spoilers here. They're not major spoilers. They're not going to tell you anything about the story itself, but they will tell you about certain characters that will be featured in the game. So if you want to go ahead and click off, you want to go into the game clean, I'd recommend that you do that right now. And that said, now that you have clicked out, by now, if you haven't, then you're being just as irresponsible as we are. We're going to go through the different items right now. So starting off with the emitters, we've got Centauri Kree, Eno Cordova, and Seer Junda. And likewise, we've got the same for the vents, Centauri Kree, Eno Cordova, and then closing out with Seer Junda's vents. And then also we've got the same three for the switch component, the grip component of the lightsaber, the pommel, and then we also have those same three characters for the reverse end of the lightsaber here. So you've got a complete lightsaber for all three characters, and you can mix and match all of the different components from each of these three lightsabers. Well, there you have it, guys. Those are all 1,000+ different customization options in this game. It is a astronomical level of items when you take into consideration all of the different materials, colors, items. There are just so many different combinations and permutations of Cal, BD, his lightsaber, his blaster that you can make in this game to really personalize things and make it your own Jedi Survivor experience. So that said, guys, we are so excited to hear about all of your personal Cals, BDs, lightsabers, and blasters in this game. Let us know in the comments down below which of these components, jackets, so on and so forth, were your favorite when you either A, played this game, if you're playing it by now, or B, just from watching this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed all the different components, all the different items, and that you really took the time to scroll through all the different items, because there's so many different neat little details hidden on each of these components. I wish we could have sat here for hours and talked through the different little details on every single one of the lightsaber components, for example, because there's so many cool details. So let us know in the comments down below which of these are your favorite and what items and customization items are you going to be rocking in this game. Also, If you'd like to see us put together some how-to videos on how to unlock some of these customization items, we've done the grind so we know how to unlock a few notable ones. I'm thinking about the poncho and the Jedi robe. So if you guys want to see how to unlock those items, let us know in the comments down below and we'd be happy to show you. However, guys, that's going to do it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, we will see you all in the next video.